Hello and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, remember to hit that subscribe button, and thank you to everyone who hits that like button. It supports the channel, helps it to grow, and circulates the information out there to help people energetically understand what they're going through daily, weekly, monthly. It is to support them. So thank you, it's greatly appreciated. We're going to do a reading which was guided. I was guided by Spirit to do a reading this morning because I have put the full moon astrological and energetic forecast up. So you want to have a little look at that. But this is for the people who... I do readings and healings all day, every day. It's my full-time career, and I have not been able to get to everybody. And this full moon, there is certainly a lot of chaotic, emotional, transformative energy. So I was guided to bring a little extra full moon reading for the energy, what you're going through, to really help you. These messages will not be for everyone. Please don't make it fit. I wanted to bring these messages for who needed them and who needed to hear them. Okay. So let's have a look. What has come out here in my meditation and pre-shuffle is we have the Chariot and we have the Two of Swords. So we have the Queen of Wands and we have the Two of Wands, the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups as your overall energy. It seems like for whoever this message is for, I am speaking to the collective, and there are a lot of different groups. So please kind of be a bit, if you feel a message resonates, it's for you. If it doesn't, don't. It feels like the Chariot's all about moving forward. And the Chariot is an energy. You cannot stop a chariot. So what do we mean by that? This full moon, you are going to be feeling this energy within you, moving you forward, pushing you forward within yourself. Could be outer, it could be an actual physical movement that you need to do, an actual physical step forward that you need to do. But you think of a chariot in full gallop. You can't stop that energy. It's a transformational energy. It's an energy trying to push you through another level, move you forward. And when we get that, whatever it's trying to push you forward into, there is great fear here. There has been a block. There has been, I'm caught between a rock and a hard place, or I am in fear, or I am very set in my mind, and nobody is going to change my mind. Okay, so if we look at that energy, they're very conflicting energies straight away. So where are you being too rigid? Where are you in fear? Where are you stuck between a rock and a hard place, internally, externally? Look at the external, look at the internal, and that is very challenging energy. So please just look at this from the higher spiritual perspective. That's what this message is about, to help you with the conflicting energies or the fearful energies that this full moon is going to trigger for you, okay? I just looked at the clock, it was 3:33. So there you go. So change, transformation, Now, the Queen of Swords on the Two of Wands, this is all about, the Queen of Swords does speak truth. It can be harsh truth or direct truth. Looking in the mirror at yourself is direct truth, is facing the truth. You could have to be truthful to someone. And this is all about expansion, moving forward, moving beyond your current circumstances. So unfortunately for a lot of you, whether it's internal, external, mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual, this is about moving forward, being pushed by energy forces to move forward from fears, forward from blocks, forward from rigid thinking, whatever that is for you. Whatever's keeping you stuck or where you're keeping yourself stuck. It is time to move forward, and that's going to be the cold, hard truth within yourself or the universe, and you do have to face, Queen of Swords may have to have those clear conversations, okay? So There's something about giving and receiving here as well. But I'll bring that in a minute. Because the next three cards for the overall energy here is the High Priestess. Very spiritual, very intuitive, very connected. There's your, it's a Scorpio card, but it's connected to Pisces. Pisces is spiritual, higher connection. The Pisces full moon energy is all about your intuition. Pisces is very psychic, very spiritual, very high mind, very higher vibrational energy, tapping into that. And the Queen of Cups is also about receiving. Okay, giving and receiving love, feeling loved, okay, but not just love. It's about receiving this transformation forward. It is a spiritual transformation. This pushing forward past a fear, past a block. What's blocking you? Who's blocking you? Who's slowing you down? Who's pulling you back? Whatever it is for you, you will be able, it could be your work, it could be you within you, it could be an outside source or influence, it could be a belief system, it could be an emotion that is holding you back. And there's going to be the clarity, the truth. The Queen of Swords can bring truth, okay? And that actually moves you forward. And this is a spiritual, higher vibrational, higher knowing, high mind, intuitive knowing, feeling, a receiving, okay? Let's move on. Sorry about my throat. It started playing up as soon as I did this reading. That happens. So there's definitely a reviewing here, okay, or recontracting, or looking at the pros or cons, or going over it. This is thinking deeply. This person's doing their research. The High Priestess does her inner work, does her internal work, does her processing, does her intuitive work, and looks at balance and emotional. And this is, you know, again, researching, getting the information. It is about some of you, what's not making you happy, what is making you happy, what's stable, what's abundant. You know, that is in reverse. There is definitely message coming here from Spirit. We have the Emperor in reverse, where you haven't been able to make a decision or a final decision. Or maybe that final decision won't hit right on the full moon for some of you, but it's there, it's coming. But that's a message from Spirit, set up by Spirit, whether it's a text, email, invite, conversation, or a message from Spirit that you're meant to get. And I think that will help you make this decision as well. So there could be some revealing going on around this full moon for some of you, not all of you. But remember, that revealing was about your transformation forward. That revealing was about some truths, and the truths of where you need to expand yourself as well. And we have the Death and the Rebirth and the Overwhelmed card. So this person's completely overwhelmed going through this transformation, or they know they needed to go another level. They know they needed to move forward. They know they needed to expand, transcend, and go through this death and rebirth. And they couldn't. They were blocked in fear. They wouldn't look at some truths. They maybe hadn't dealt with some emotions for some of you. And because of that, now this inner knowing, this inner higher spiritual self says, no, I've got to deal with this. I've got to work through this. I've got to face it. I've got to look into it properly. And I have to go through this death and rebirth now. But it is overwhelming. This is not an easy energy here. See, anywhere you've been indecisive, where things are imbalanced with giving and receiving, or maybe, you know, mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually within yourself, but this is usually undecided, particularly for those of you who've had a lot of indecision, confusion, and that could be outwardly and that could be inwardly, okay? We're about to get balance. We're about to get justice. Justice also brings the truth, you know, a balanced decision, feeling balance. I feel that's after the full moon energy. So Still a lot of transformation, and it seems to be around where decisions couldn't be made, final decisions, or a stepping up into another level, okay? Take that how it resonates within you. Yeah, Hanged Man. See, a lot of you have been stuck in fear in the Hanged Man, not doing it. So what does the universe do? It comes in and it creates some chaos and change and truths and energy. It brings an energy where you are forced to move through and do something. Yeah, a lot of you didn't have the strength, didn't have the courage to move forward. You didn't have the will, the drive, the energy. And yeah, wow. The Tower card with transformation on the High Priestess and the receiving. So this, from the universe, the message from the universe is, higher spiritual, the High Priestess energy. You're receiving this transformation and this Tower, whether you like it or not. That's kind of the message I would get there. Another message would be, you are seeing things from a higher perspective. This isn't, oh, I've changed, oh, I want change. This is, I see things differently now because I've been pushed through a spiritual transformation. And that transformation could be about you're ready to receive, whatever that is for you. I'm just asking to bring through the light, bring through more light. And I'm going to ask to clear anyone of the light that needs that help, that support, bringing through the beautiful divine energy, source energy light, and clear away anything that they need to clear away that might help them through this transformation, only for their highest and best in keeping them safe. And that this reading only guide them into their highest and best and into their highest and best truth within themselves safely, for growth, for expansion within that self-love. So that's what Spirit just came through and said to me to do. And that's what higher spiritual talk is with the universe. That's what, when people talk of the light or the light within them, or, loving themselves, that is how they speak. It's not about, I want this, I don't want that. It's bringing through that higher spiritual energy connection. Now, this reviewing or looking into, it is an offer you've been wanting to do or give or move forward to, and you couldn't for some reason. Something has been, the King of Pentacles reversed, maybe financially, maybe being restricted, maybe having family burdens, priorities, responsibilities, money responsibilities, home, family, things like that. But what's lacking here, Spirit said, is a lack of joy, a lack of happiness. So a lot of you, this fear, this hanged man, this not having the strength to move forward, and this transformation that's now hit you, was because you wanted to move forward. You wanted to reach out. You wanted to go to your love, your happiness, what made you feel good, what you were ready to, move forward. And something's been blocking that for you. And it's actually blocking your abundance. That you not moving forward is actually blocking your abundance. There's so much abundance when you move forward to the right situation. Now let me just talk about this, because Spirit said go back, because abundance isn't just money and this and security and stability. It is. It's about this transformation, is about creating a new foundation, and a foundation that's strong for the future. And the future strength in that foundation is about giving and receiving. It is about, who are you connected to build a strong future foundation, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually? Who has your best interests at heart? Now that doesn't mean all the time, but that genuinely, who has your best interests at heart, and who do you have that for? Like, this is a two-way street. And when you have that within your relationship with yourself and others, and people, place, situations, or your career or your job or friendships or whatever, that builds the most abundant, stable, solid foundation. And this is what you need to create now. Look around you. Who creates like, I want to say it, it's like Spirit said, nothing's perfect, no one's perfect. Don't start looking, you're not perfect, no, people, place, situation, nothing's perfect in life. We're learning and all the time. People know that. But look around your connections and who has your best interest at heart when you need it, all the right times, all those times, or, you know, we're creating foundations based on that will lead you to true long-term abundance. And that is the cups, the caring, the giving, the nurturing. Who's bringing in nurturing, giving, caring, supportive energy? Who has your best interest at heart? Not just because they're going to receive something from you, or they want a connection, or they want something from you. Who has your best interest at heart? I think if we can build a foundation based from there, you will create strong foundations, okay? For future. Now we have that message coming in, the fated wheel of change and the journey. So definitely people have been trying or being held back or not making a final decision, or they're not ready to. It looks like the information will come through for you through Spirit or yourself or someone, and this is about moving forward and taking that journey. And you've known, this is someone who knows where their security is. They know where their abundance is. They know where they need to go. They know where they want to reach out. They know they have to make a final decision. They know this energy is pushing them forward. They haven't had the courage. They've been in fear. They've been in the hanged man. Now, this could be within a spiritual realm of yourself level. This could be an outside situation you're in, work, career, relationship. You've been allowing, and you know you want to go on this journey. The fated wheel of change is here. The universe is asking you, what are we doing here? Which way are you going? What path are you taking? And the change is happening. The chariot, this change is happening. The wheel of fortune, the change is happening. The wheel is spinning, which is that energy I talked about moving forward. The death and rebirth card, we've got the overwhelm card. So this has been hard. This is a deep, hard energy, or a deep-seated block in someone, and the tower is coming in to bring this transformation for you. Third party is, maybe you've been in a third party, maybe there's been a third party, maybe you've been attached to something or someone, but third party can also be about distraction. You know, work. Does your boss or your work demand too much of you, and you've been wanting to move on from someone or something, or changing it, or whatever it is. Third party doesn't have to mean like a lover. It can be a friend. It can be a lover. It can be a third party. It can be family. It can be people who distract you away from your abundance and your happiness. Where you want to go, the journey you want to go on, where you've wanted to reach out onto. You know, there's a lot of stuff coming in here, and it does have a deep spiritual connection, which is because of the full moon. I need one more card there, though, around that Three of Cups. Three of Cups can be celebration as well. You know, maybe finally you are going to break through and have death and rebirth and get through this overwhelm. So some of you are going to be looking at, well, when we have death and rebirth and we break through and have celebration and rebirth and death and new beginnings, that means we see through all those sabotages, people who distract third parties, and these will only be people, places, situations that block you, that keep you stuck, that hold you back, that pull your energy down, that take your abundance. Someone here, this is a message for someone. Someone wants to steal your abundance. Now, that does not mean just money. They want what you have, or the security or stability you give them, they want it. And that is why they're hanging on. I just heard the hanger-oners, who they're just wanting from you. So that's a big message here. Who's wanting from you because their needs or their to fulfill them, to benefit them. And yes, we all want a little bit of that at times in a balanced way. I mean, it has to be fair both ways. And you could want to love someone, you know. But who also has your best interest at heart in that? If you go more with that, with the other, you know, but someone, okay, this is just a message for some. Someone here is getting an offer. They are. This is an offer you have not, so this is someone from the past or a situation of the past that you have not been able to move on from. You are getting an offer from them and they are there to take your abundance or your energy or what you have to give. They see you have a lot to give and they want to take it. That was a warning to be careful for some. Whoop. Yep. Wow. It is someone where you're giving and they just want to receive. Ah, dear. Yeah, you've got to really sit with this. Nothing's changed with this past person, past hurt, past. You're blinding, you don't want to see it, or you're not ready to see it, or the blindfold, or this has been temporary restriction on a past issue. Someone here, I just heard trickery, someone's had trickery. Someone's been able to convince, or someone's been able to blindfold or hold things up. And it is a past, it's a past issue. This is old hurt, old wound, okay? Look at the emotion. This is my dark card. This could be someone who did spell work. This could be someone who is negative, toxic. This brings a lot of heavy emotion, hard work, hard, heavy emotion. I just heard they want to take your energy, not give it. They're not walking in going, I've got your best interests at heart. That's a deep message for some. It's a heavy message. They receive, you end up in lack. And Spirit just said, say no more. So we'll move on from that group. You know who you are. That is going to be your message around your truth, your clarity. So you're reviewing everything. There's another group. You're reviewing your long-term security, stability, finances. You're coming out of deceit, out of deception, out of where you deceive yourself, out of burnout, out of mental negative talk, coming out of that. You're reviewing everything. You're seeing clearly. This full moon for this group, you are seeing clearly. You are putting things in place. You are reviewing your finances. That's long-term security and stability that you're looking at. You're coming out of deceit, out of deception, out of sabotage, away from people who get away with things, and you are coming out of burnt out energy, wish fulfillment. Yeah, this person, you thought they were you thought, okay. Looking at your options. Some of you had someone that could get it over you, influence you, make you think something when it wasn't happening. And that's definitely the deception card reversed. You were in that, you're coming out of that, and you're realizing what this person's been doing, or place, or situation, whatever it is. And it could be you. You might realize what you've been doing as well. But also, it's made you look at the options, and to me, I just heard you're seeing all with this person, place, or situation, and that's made you really review your long-term security and stability, because you want your wish fulfillment. You know what your wish fulfillment is here. And somebody here has been able to pull the wool over your eyes, and it was karmic, and it was a karmic lesson. Or they had it over you. It didn't matter how you tried to move forward. It didn't matter what you put in play. It didn't matter working with them, dealing with them. It never worked. You never got anywhere. I'm hearing spinning wheels in mud, and it was karmic. There is a karmic, someone is seeing straight through a karmic energy here on the full moon. And that can be some harsh truth to look at. And now we've got the third pile. I need to get going on that. Karma also has to do with that fated wheel of change. You know, which direction are you going? Where are you going to choose? What are you choosing? What's the third message, please? Third message, group. Okay. It's a bit too many, but we'll do it. Yeah. We've got Ten of Cups, which is happiness, contentment. It could be a relationship, it could be happiness and contentment within you, and it could be what you want for your future and what you see as your future happiness. Ten of Cups is also, and we've got the King of Swords here. He generally makes a final decision, a clear-cut decision, and gets clear within his emotions. And before that, we have the Seven of Wands. So you've been struggling against, some of you have been struggling, fighting someone or yourself or the universe, or fighting against, or standing up for, or having to defend to get your Ten of Cups. Just place that where it fits, where you fit. And you may be called upon to become a bit truthful, harsh, cut people out. This guy you can send to a board meeting. He will fire, hire, tell you what needs to happen, take action. He will get the job done. The communication comes through, or you get the communication within you. But you do put things in place. This is about your happiness. It could be a family situation for some of you that is happy or not happy. So if there's, fighting, struggling, for some of you. But I'm not really getting that. I'm getting you've had to defend or fight to get your happiness, and you're sick of it. You're done. You're just like, I know my happiness. I want my happiness. I'm sick of fighting, battling, defending, working with you, working, not working. And the King of Swords, male or female, it's more about truth. It's more about having, maybe finally you've got the courage, or you've come out of fear and this anxiety to have the conversation you needed to have that has been blocking you moving forward. Yeah, look at that. Right as I said that, conversation out of nowhere, fast, the courage about, and this is about your Ten of Cups. So some of you are very clear. You're not in this defensive, defeative, just fighting, struggling energy here. You're very clear. You know what your Ten of Cups is, and maybe you're going to speak up about that. Yeah, wow, there's an ending. Ten of Swords, completion of a cycle, and you know it. This full moon brings completion of a cycle. And when you complete this Ten of Swords cycle within yourself, or the decision or truth, or have the conversation with your boss or your friend or yourself or whatever it is about your Ten of Cups and your happiness, and you're no longer wanting to be in this defensive energy or this fight, I don't know, it's sort of more standing up for yourself, I feel. You're going on the new path. There's a brand new path. It's overflowing with abundance here. Look at the new beginning. Yeah, you've had to put someone out in the cold with the Ten of Swords, or let them go, or tell them a cold, hard truth, because with the King of Swords on these cards, the Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Pentacles here, the Five of Pentacles, you had to have that hard conversation. You had to have that truth. You had to finally say or let it go or end it, or it ended. It's going to, because your happiness, your new beginning, you know the path. It is a new cycle. You want to go on a new adventure. So this is about someone not hanging on to the old, not hanging on to the past, something that's dead, something that's finished, whether it's your job, a relationship, a situation. I just said a situationship. You want the new path. You want to go on the unknown. You want to take the new adventure. That is on the new beginnings, very fast, clear. And we have the Two of Cups here. This is a divine counterpart. This is higher divine union. This is, we were, balancing each other, building, and both wanting to build and create a foundation together equally. They meet in the hearts, the minds, the souls. But it's a higher dimensional spiritual connection. And it's back to, Spirit just said, it's back to the foundation. This represents foundation of creating a strong future foundation with someone who has your best interests at heart, and you have their best interests at heart. And really seeing the truth of who that is and what that is. And for some of you, there's the overwhelming emotion or heart alignment or heart activation within yourself. It was a learning. You were dealing with someone of a, let's call it, when we say lower vibrational frequency, it means they've got a lot of growing to do. They've got a lot of learning to do. This is the student. This is someone who may behave immaturely, or, they're still at school, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, young. It can be your spying, cheating, lying, manipulating, just creating havoc, all of that stuff. But let's not get into that. Basically, what we're seeing here is there either was a learning for you with emotion, heart alignment, overwhelming emotion, or some of you were dealing with a page. A page is someone who's got a lot of growing, a lot of learning, a lot of and they don't want to. They don't want to grow. That's the other connection with the foundation. They don't want to grow. They already know everything. When someone has your best interest at heart, and vice versa, you learn, you grow, you make mistakes, you have situations or situationships, and you grow and learn and move through them, and both ways. It's called growth, accountability. You do your spiritual work, you do your work on you, you look at your truths, you face your truths. That's someone who's growing and learning and evolving. This person they don't. They just want to receive, have it their way. They'll say what they have to say to get that. Their behavior is still young or unevolved, or I just heard hard to deal with. That's the word I got. So, it's very different. Look at that energy to that energy. Look at that energy to a king and a queen. You can't have a king and queen, a page with a king or a queen. There's transformation that's got to happen here. And for some of you, the other message is, if you do have to have that hard conversation or harsh conversation with someone, they needed it. Like, they weren't growing. You knew it. You had to put them out in the cold. You have to end this cycle with them. This is an immature cycle that was just creating so much overwhelming emotion for you, for them, for others, who knows. And they create overwhelming emotion. They create anxiety. They create fear. They create distortion. That's what the page does, creates distortion, creates fear, creates a drama, creates, doesn't want to work through things. They don't want a solution. They're into the drama. So whoever you're cutting loose here was into drama. They don't want a solution. That's what I mean by unevolved growth, unevolved spiritual within themselves. And here we have the Page of Pentacles with the King of Wands and the Empress. So that is about a new beginning, a fresh new beginning, taking action in that. And the Empress is about birthing a new cycle. The Empress is all queens in one. She's mature. She grows. She has a higher spiritual connection. You know, her only counterpart is the Empress and the Emperor. They're the only divine match. And the Emperor's been reversed. And the Empress here, she nurtures, creates. She's all queens in one, meaning she's been the Queen of Swords, she's been the Queen of Wands, she's been the Queen of Cups. She actually, like the Emperor, her Emperor's been all those as well. So they have to, how you treat them is what you get, or what they have to use at the time, because they do things from a higher, mature, evolved. They're always growing. They're always in trying to grow abundance for everyone, nurturing, take care of everyone, like the growth, the new beginnings. It's maturity. They know they can step into each role when they need to, how they need to. And that is what makes an emperor become an emperor and an empress become an empress. Because they can step up, they can step forward, they can deal with things because they've had to. You know, the Empress she wants to take care of people, she wants to love people, she has to create and grow and build. She likes to only build and put her energy where it is growing as well. And, you know, that's about, I didn't see that card behind there, a new beginning, a burden release or a decision made, taking action, King of Wands, and the Empress. So even if it was you wanting a new beginning and making that decision, taking the action to birth and create a new cycle with a new foundation that is going to grow and move forward, mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually. The Empress also won't do, look, male, female, put it where it resonates really. They don't stay stagnant. They're into growing and moving forward and creating solid foundations to provide for people. So that's the message within you. You know, you could be your own empress, male or female, and it's about growing and moving forward and not being stuck and creating new beginnings. So, and a lot of you are hitting those karmic decisions, cycles, fated wheel of change, transformation, very deep spiritual transformation. So look, I hope that helped you all. I would like to keep going, but my recording time will run out. Self-mastery and relationships. So there is alignment, and this is all about relationships with yourself, with others, getting that alignment, getting that clarity, and having that breakthrough and that transformation. And this is on a deep energy spiritual level. Thank you. I hope this helps. I hope this just brings a message through for someone. So thank you. Take care. Bless. Happy full moon. See see you next time.